The biggest enemy stopping you from getting rich is not your boss, not the government, and not even your expensive Netflix subscription, but something invisible. Something you can't see, but it eats your money every single day. And that's what I'm going to share with you in this video. So buckle up because we're going to explore the 3 paths most people take towards their financial goals and 3 levels you must pass like a video game to reach your first 100K. So let's jump right into it. Part 1. The paths people take towards wealth. Think of money like a video game. Before you win, you need to know the map, the enemies, and the traps. And most people, they start the game blindfolded, running straight into the danger. There are 3 common paths. Path 1. The get rich quick trap. This is the I'm gonna be millionaire by Friday mindset. People jump into gambling, day trading, lottery tickets, MLM schemes, or even drop shipping without research. The problem is the stats are brutal. Over 80% of day traders lose money. Only about 1% are consistently profitable. Lottery odds 1 in 30 million. You are more likely to get attacked by a shark than holding a winning lottery ticket. And not to forget the drop shipping. This is overly saturated market. Yes, people have made money on this, but what you don't realize is that the money that they are making is mostly from courses they sell about dropshipping. And that's the truth. Most of these systems are designed to make someone else rich, usually someone who's selling you the secret method. Path 2. The lifestyle inflation trap. Now let's talk about one of the sneakiest money traps ever. Lifestyle inflation. Here's how it usually plays out. You work hard, maybe you have been at your job for a while, and finally, boom, you get a raise. Or maybe you switch jobs and you land that sweet 20% salary increase. Suddenly, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You feel like a king or queen. And you know what kings and queens do? They upgrade their castle. So you think, I deserve this. You swap your old iPhone for the shiny new one. You ditch your beat up car for something that smells like leather and bad financial decision. And why not move into that luxury apartment with the rooftop gym, which you're probably going to use once in a while. And here's the problem. While your paycheck went up, your spending went up even faster. And your bank account, yeah, it's still crying like it's on minimum wage. The trap is so dangerous because it does not feel wrong. It feels like progress. You're not wasting money, you're rewarding yourself. But the truth is, if every raise you get is followed by lifestyle upgrades, you're always going to be running on a financial treadmill. Lots of effort, but you're not actually moving forward. Let's take a very famous example. Mike Tyson. The man earned $400 million during his boxing career. That's generational wealth. That's like buying an island and still have some change left type of money. And yet he went bankrupt. Why? Because he lived like there was no tomorrow. Mansions, tigers as pets, $7 million necklaces. So if a man with $400 million can go broke, imagine how quickly we can run into troubles just with a few raises. Lifestyle inflation is like trying to fill a bucket with holes in it. No matter how much water or money you're gonna pour in, it's just gonna keep leaking out. The real danger is you don't even notice it happening. One month you're just making $50,000 per year and you're just surviving. Next year you're making 70K, but somehow you're still broke because instead of saving that extra 20K difference, you upgraded everything around you. So the point is, don't upgrade your lifestyle every time you upgrade your income, at least not immediately. Instead, freeze your spending at your old level for a while and let that income gap work for you by saving, investing, or paying off your debt. Now, which path do you think most people want to follow and which one do they actually follow? Drop your answer in the comments and let's see if we have some debates. All right. Now let's get back into the video. Part 2. The 4 invisible enemies of wealth. Alright, so now you have chosen the right path, but here's the problem. There are invisible enemies constantly pulling you back, like gravity. Enemy number 1, inflation. Your money is losing value while you sleep. Historically, US inflation averages about 2 to 3% per year, but recently it went up to about 9% during COVID days. Point is, if you leave $10,000 in cash under your mattress or even in your checking account, which barely earns about 0.1% interest, in 10 years, it's only worth about $7,441 in real value. Your money is secretly dying without your permission. Enemy number 2, high interest debts. Debts like credit card, which is a financial disaster. Interest rates can be as high as 24% or even more. If you have a balance of $5,000 in your credit card and you only make minimum payments, it could take you about 21 years to pay off that debt. Yes, 21. You could raise a child faster than paying off that credit card. Enemy number 3, lifestyle inflation. We already discussed this with the example of Mike Tyson, but it's true at every level. You start earning more and suddenly that Starbucks feels too cheap. You deserve $10 of latte every day. That mindset kills your wealth before it's even born. Enemy number 4, the mystery enemy. Now this one is the real invisible mystery enemy. Ignorance. Not knowing how money works is the biggest invisible enemy. And sadly, schools don't teach us this stuff. We learn about algebra, but not about how to pay off a credit card debt. So since we don't learn personal finance in schools, we have to learn it ourselves, and it's not that difficult. It's very simple. Spend less than you make, automate your savings, and track your expenses, and you should be fine. And you know what else you can automate? My videos on your feed by subscribing to the channel. So let's take a pause here, because if you're finding this helpful and you don't want your money to disappear like socks in the washing machines, please hit that like button. Maybe it's just a click for you, but it's a huge motivation for me because it tells YouTube that these videos are actually helpful and YouTube push it to more people. And if you want to learn more simple lessons on finance or self-improvement, make sure to subscribe because I always talk about those stuff here on this channel. All right, back to the video. Part 3, the 3 levels to build wealth. Okay, so now you know the wrong paths and the invisible enemies. Let's get to the fun part, how to actually level up and build your first 100K. Think of this like a video game with 3 levels. Beat all 3 and you unlock financial freedom. Level 1, defeat high interest debt. This is the first boss fight. If you have credit card debt, payday loans, or anything above like 8% interest, that's an emergency. And here's how to kill it. List all your debts, make minimum payments on everything, and throw all extra money on the smallest debt that you have. Until it's gone, you're gonna pay it aggressively. This smallest debt will also be most likely the highest interest debt. That's how it usually works. For example, mortgages are the cheapest kind of debts and credit card debts are most expensive. But if you find exceptions, please don't sue me because I said most likely, not always. So just start with the smallest debt and keep moving on step by step. These small wins are going to give you the motivation to tackle bigger challenges or bigger debts, or maybe avoid debts in future. Level 2, play defense. Now that you're free from debt, it's time to build a wall around your finances. You need to save emergency fund, save 3 to 6 months of expenses, put it in a high yield savings account, anything that's earning above inflation rate, which is like 3 to 4%. Track everything, know where every dollar goes, even subscriptions. You'd be shocked how many people pay for services that they don't even know it exists and they don't even use it. Automate your savings. Pay yourself first. Before you spend any dollars, set up automatic transfers to savings accounts. This is the safety level. It won't make you rich overnight, but it protects you from falling back. Level 3, play offense. Now we attack. Now let's talk about a path that I intentionally missed in the beginning of the video. This is the middle ground path. Nobody brags about it on Instagram because it's not flashy, but it actually works. This path does not promise overnight Lamborghinis, private jets, or sipping coconut water in Bali after 3 months of grind set. No, this one is boring and it's steady and it's reliable. Here's how it works. You increase your income strategically, not by buying lottery tickets, but by doing practical things like asking for a raise, switching jobs for better pay, or building a small side hustle that actually makes sense. Even an extra few $100s a month adds up way faster than you think. You cut unnecessary spending, not aggressively, not in a never drink coffee again kind of way, but in a smarter way. Do you really need 3 streaming subscriptions that you don't watch, or that expensive gym membership with tons of services when all you need is some weights, cardio machines, and maybe some massage chairs? These are small leaks which sink big ships. And you invest consistently. This is where the magic happens. Instead of trying to guess the next Tesla or GameStop, you put money regularly into broad, boring investments like an S&P 500 index fund. It's not flashy, but it compounds over time, and that's how wealth is quietly built. There's a reason why Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world, because the growth is exponential. Wealth building is not about luck, it's about consistency and time. If you invest $500 every month starting at the age of 25, by 60 you could have over $1 million inflation adjusted without ever winning winning the lottery. But if you wait until 35 to start, you end up with less than half. That's the cost of delay. This tells you that time is your most valuable asset. Compounding is like planting a tree. The first few years, it looks like nothing is happening. And then one day, you've got shade, fruits, maybe even some squirrels living in it. And the best part is you don't need to be a genius. You don't need a PhD in finance or a secret formula. You just need patience, consistency, and discipline. 3 things most people say they have, but then TikTok convinces them to buy some crypto coins named after frogs. So it's not about being flashy, it's about being free. Free from worrying if the rent check will bounce. Free from debt collectors calling you more than your own friends. Free to say yes to opportunities without panicking about money. And that's why the best time to start was yesterday and the second best time is today. Wealth is not a mystery. It's a process. Anyone can do it, but only if you start right now. So if you had an extra $1,000 right now, would you invest it, pay your debt off, or blow it on something fun? Be honest and tell me in the comments. And if you want to learn the habits I use personally to hit my financial goals, check out this video on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one.